Congratulations. Is ready for the Stanley Cup. The 26-year. What an atmosphere. We'll bring you over to the set for the first. County anymore. What is the key to victory tonight for the Capitals? Obviously for them, they have 3 cracks at this. They've got 3 swings, but the worst thing they could do is allow themselves to think that way. How do they end it tonight?
I think, number one, the Caps got to make sure that they stay on the attack. They cannot get caught on their heels. They've got to continue to keep their toes facing forward the entire game. You know that Vegas is going to come out and have an extremely tough first period. They're going to want to make sure that they can continue their season and keep their season alive. They've got to make sure that they continue to create opportunities for themselves. They can't sit back and just let things happen. So for me, it's all about staying on the attack, keep getting it on the O, and make sure that they stay physical and aggressive the entire game.
And Courtney, for whatever reason, this team seems to do exactly that when they're on the road. They have got the road warrior mentality that they must maintain tonight. They keep things simple, and that to me is going to be the most important thing. It starts from the back end. We know what the goaltender's all about. You protect home plate, you take care of the details in your own end, everything will work out. But it's that simple mentality. We do this on the road collectively as a team. That's got to carry over and finish him off tonight.
I'm completely with you, Al. You know, I think it is simplicity in the defensive zone, continued support. You know, we've been talking about how close the Caps have been together, protecting the house, protecting Braden Holtby's crease. They've done it all playoff series long, each and every single one. Columbus, Pittsburgh, Tampa, they've been fantastic at it. They've done it again here, and that's why we're still playing in June. And that's why these Caps have that resolve, and they figured it out.
Let's go out to Vegas for the first time, where Rob Carlin and Alan May, our analysts, stand by. Of course, they'll be bringing you Caps game time coming up at the top of the hour, and they'll take you from about 7 to 8 local time ahead of the drop of the puck. Fellas, first goal has been massive, not just in this particular series, but really all postseason long. Vegas is 10-2 when they score first. The Capitals are 12-4 when they've gotten the first goal. That's got to be something these two teams are thinking about tonight, don't you think?
Well, historically in hockey, and it's always confounded me why scoring that first goal has always been such a big key to winning hockey games. But I don't know if that counts anymore. The way Capitals have been able to withstand every punch thrown throughout these playoffs, figure out how and why those punches got through, absorb it, and then come up with a way to counterattack that. Makes me think it's not as important tonight. But if the Caps could score the first goal and get the crowd to start to doubt and the team to start to doubt, that would be huge.
Well, they always want to score the first goal. Every team does. Vegas has done it every single home game of the playoffs. So it's a matter of the Caps weathering the storm tonight to make sure they're taking momentum from the get-go. They want to, obviously, of course, every team in the National Hockey League wants to score first, but Vegas is a team that has thrived on home ice. Their fan base has been phenomenal. But you know what? With this team, I don't doubt any scenario. It doesn't matter whether they score first or the Knights score first. They've shown so much resilience, so much heart, character, drive, determination, whatever it is. The Caps have it, and they've had it through 15 wins in these playoffs.
Yeah, they need it for one more win through these playoffs to do something that this franchise has never done and the city has not done since 1992. And I just have this feeling this could be the start of a really special night here in Vegas, guys.
Yeah, 40 years ago today, it was the Washington Bullets who got their day in the sun. The Capitals are hoping that takes place for them tonight as the party is already going on F Street, as you can see behind us. Thanks so much, fellas. Let's stay in Vegas and bring in Tarek El-Bashir and Joe Beninati in the building. These two guys have been around the team all year long. And we mentioned this off the top, guys. Capitals fans, I think tonight, the reason they're so vocal, they're so animated, is because they're confident. They know that you don't have to necessarily win this game. But I feel like if you're a player in the dressing room, you better program a chip in your mind that says that you do, because you can't feel like I've still got game 6 or I've still got game 7. How do they try to tell themselves that even though it's not the case?
Well, guys, the thing that really jumped out to me was practice yesterday. The way the guys went about their business. Lars Eller did his hot lap. The practice looked like it could have been from any practice in rounds 1, 2, or 3. The words the guys used in the post-game, the post-practice locker room, it all sounded the same. It's the same steady as she goes Caps group that has plowed its way through these playoffs. And I think that mentality, that staying in the moment, not looking too far ahead, I think that's really going to bode well for them tonight, Joe.
Tarek, you and I watched in amazement as the Caps went through their press session yesterday at practice. And the one thing that continually jumped out at me was they believe they have not played their best game yet in this best-of-7 Stanley Cup final. And if that is truly the case, and that is the way they want to end it tonight with a signature game, then that's exactly the kind of focus that you'd like, Grant. You're not sitting there thinking that you've got 3 cracks at it. You're focused upon 60 minutes of your absolute best. And if you do that, if Vegas can't match it or exceed it, you're coming home with the Holy Grail.
Joe B. Tarek will be joining Game Time in just a few minutes from Las Vegas. And I got to tell you, Joe B., even though you're not on the call with Locker, I want this tonight for you and him. I want this for Al Koken. I want this for Alan May and all the guys that have brought us Caps hockey. I've grown up watching you guys. There was a time when this team wasn't great pre-Ovechkin, and I watched for you and for him, and I want this for you guys as much as I do those players tonight. Enjoy your evening.
I'm touched by that, Grant. Thank you very much for all of us here who you mentioned. Thank you.
Absolutely. And Smoke, and this one's about you guys, man. Seriously, you guys were Caps hockey, and now Ovechkin's stolen that from you, but I want it for you guys. I really do.
Well, one of the things that has been so special for me, you touch base with all these fans and you get people who say, hey, I remember when my dad took me out and watched you do this, or on Home Team Sports when it first started. Those are the things that make it feel special for me, but that's the